Okay, so welcome to this lovely sunny Saturday morning. Gosh, I just love these crisp blue sky days. That makes me feel a little bit better about moving into autumn, because we're definitely on our way. The heating is on. The leg warmers are almost to the top of the drawer. Not quite ready yet, but I think they'll be making an outing soon. Take a deep breath where you are. Let it out and settle in. Make yourself as comfortable as you can at this stage. Lift the shoulders up to the ears. Roll them back and down your spine. Do that a couple of times. That's great. And then bring the chin down to your chest. Breath in, lift your head. Breath out, raise your chin. Breathing in, come back to the center. Looking over your left shoulder. Looking over your right shoulder. And then back to the center. Let's raise the arms above the head. Interlace your fingers and move the arms around your head. Change direction. Wonderful. And then separate the arms. And before we get stuck in with some beautiful asana practice, let's wake up the respiratory system. So we'll work with a pranayama technique called alternate nostril breathing, nadi shodhana, to bring balance, to bring our awareness to this present moment, and just to take a pause before we get into the physical body, just to slow down and to arrive here in this time. So for a moment before we practice the alternate nostril, place your hand on your abdomen to connect to the breath. You can close your eyes here. Turn the other palm to face up. And start to breathe in and out through the nose. Acknowledge the sound of your breath here. It should sound like a whisper as the air is brushing the back of the nose and the throat. Feeling the breath press against your hand as you breathe in and falling away as you breathe out. Relax your mouth, your lower jaw, your tongue. Release that hand and breathing normally for a moment. Checking your posture, make sure that you're sitting tall, rooting down in your sit bones. Change your seated position if you want to. You could always stretch one leg out. And moving on to alternate nostril breathing, raise your right hand to your nose. And we use the thumb to close the right nostril and the last two fingers to close the left. So take a breath in through both nostrils first of all. And then close the right side and exhale left. Breathing in left side. And then pinch both nostrils just at the tip. And pause the breath. And releasing the right side, exhale. Breathing in right side. Relaxing the abdomen as you do so. And then hold, pinch both nostrils. And exhale left. 2, 3, 4. Breath in. 2, 3, 4. And hold. Exhale right. 2, 3, 4. Breath in. 2, 3, 4. And hold. Notice the quiet in this hold. Exhale left. 2, 3, 4. Breathing in left side. 2, 3, 4. And hold. Exhale right. 2, 3, 4. Breath in right. 2, 3, 4. And hold. Exhale left. 2, 3, 4. Now practicing these next 2 rounds on your own. So you're building muscle memory. Really placing focus on the hold, on that gap. That's where the magic happens. Ending on the next exhalation through the left side. And then bring the hand down. Just take a moment to pause. To allow the breath to spring back. You can open your eyes and notice if things are a little clearer, a little sharper, a little brighter. And then you can bring some movement in. So come away from your cushion if you sat on one. Take your legs out. Stretch them out. Point your toes. Flex your feet. Even bend your knees and lean them from side to side to release the body a little bit from that seated position. Great, and then coming back to center, stretch out the left leg and draw the right in nice and close. You're going to carry the foot across over to the left side. We'll take a seated twist. So bring the left arm across the front and the right hand behind you. Breathing in and exhale, rotating, looking over the right shoulder. Breath in, breath out. Breath in and breath out. Returning to the center, let's bring that foot onto the correct side, the right side. Let the knee drop out to the side and take a slide down towards your foot. Breath in, half lift, stretch the heel away, lift the ribs and exhale, folding forward. Breath in, breath out. And one more, drawing in, stretching out the right leg. And bend your left knee. Hug it in. Carry it over to the right side. The right arm across the front, left hand behind you. Nice, full but comfortable breaths, lifting through the spine. And exhale, slow rotation of the torso to the left. And release, come back to center. Bring that foot onto the left side. Hands on your right thigh as you slide down towards the foot. Breathing in, half lift, lifting the ribs, stretching out the heel. And exhale, folding forward, looking at the knee. Breath in, breath out. And breath in, gliding all the way up. And then stretching out both legs again. Let's raise the arms. And as you exhale, leaning back, bring your arms out in front. Breath in to lift. And breath out, leaning back. Breath in. And breath out. Good. One more breath in. And this time, as you breathe out, you're going to bring your elbows down behind you. Bend your knees. Bring them into the chest. Stretch the right leg out. And then alternate the left. The right. The left. Good. Now, stretch out the right leg. And we're going to lift your left foot. Bend that knee again. Place it down on the floor and slide it out. Slide the right foot in. Extend. Bend it again. And back down. Bend the left knee. Stretch. Now keep the leg straight and lower it down. Bend the right knee. Stretch. Bring the foot down. Now go back the other way. We're going to raise the leg straight, the left leg straight first. Bend the knee, place it down. Lift the right, bend, and straight down. Great. Now engage your core. Slide your arms in front so they come off the ground. Lift and exhale, forward fold. Breathing in, lift. And exhale, pulling back. Beautiful. So here, we're going to keep the arms out in front and we're going to do the same thing. Slide the left foot in, lift it up, bend it again, slide it back. Draw the right foot in, lift, bend, and back. Bend the left, stretch, keep it straight, and down. Bend the right, lift, keep it straight, and down. One more, lifting the left leg up straight. Bend the knee and down. The right leg straight, bend and down. Inhale, lift. And exhale, bring the arms down by the side. Good. Raise your arms. As you exhale, you're going to turn to your right. So bring the left hand on the outside of your knee and reach the right arm away from you. And then lift both arms up again, facing forward to your toes. And turn to your left. The right hand on the outside of the knee, twisting to the left and reaching your arm behind you. Inhale, lift. You'll take a forward fold now. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Bend both knees and take your hands behind you. Roll the shoulders back and press down in your feet. We're going to raise the hips. And then bring the seat back down. Exhale, lifting. And inhale. Exhale. And in. Exhale. And in. Couple more. Equal weight between the feet and the hands. Last one. And release. That's great. Now, go and reach your weight if you have one. You're going to lay yourself down on your back. Grab your weight and hold on to each end. If you haven't got a weight, use your block, your brick. Okay, so you're going to take your arms carefully overhead, holding on very carefully to your block, to your weight. As you exhale, you're going to bring the arms over and raise your head. And we're going to pass your weight underneath the right foot and then lay yourself back down again. Exhale, lifting, pass it under the left foot. And lay down. Keep on going. We have another 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Very nice. Now, you're going to bend your knees into your chest. Bring the arms over, lift your head, so get hands are moving towards the toes. And inhale, take your arms overhead to work a little bit harder. Stretch the legs out in front of you. Exhale, hug the belly in, draw the knees in, arms fly over to the feet, and inhale, bring the arms back down. Everything stretches out of your straight legs. 3 more. Exhale. And in. Exhale. And in. Last one. Leave your weight behind you. Bring your arms over. Bring the knees into your chest. And drop the knees down to the left. Turn your head to the right. Knees over to the right. Oh. Isn't it back? And over to the left. I'm sure you would have heard that. Good click, crack. And then back to the center, cross your ankles, hold onto the knees or your feet. Bring the chin down to your chest and rock yourselves up. So turn yourselves around, come to your hands and your knees. Taking some cat-cow pose whilst I'm popping the hair up. Exhale, chin down to your chest. Inhale, looking forward, and you can take your hips all the way down towards the heels. Give your arms a great stretch out. Exhale, lifting to cat pose. Inhale, looking forward, take the hips back. One more time, exhale. Inhale, beautiful. Now, just come back to a flat back. Tuck your toes under, we lift the hips, stretching out the legs, down facing dog, bending the left knee, the right knee, the left, the right. One more left, and the right. And then bring the knees back down. Good. So from here, we're going to take the left leg out to the side. So take the leg in line with the hip, the toes are facing forward, and raise your left arm, reaching up And exhale, dive through. So you sweep the arm through to the right. Breathing in, lifting. Breath out. Breathing in. And breathing out. And then bring the hand back and glide the leg behind you so it's on your mat, and stretch the heel back so you're just taking a moment to stretch the calf. Check in with yourself, notice where the sensations are. And then keeping the foot on the ground, you're going to bring your right arm in front. And then raise the left leg. Keep your arm steady, but tap your toes down and lift. Tap down and lift. And tap down and lift. Good. Now place your hand back down and bend your knees so the sole of the foot is flat to the ceiling. And we're going to lift the foot an inch or two to engage and strengthen the glute muscle. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to do the same movement, but on the right elbow. So draw that elbow down on an angle, and you're going to take the knee out to the side and flex your foot. So we're going to push again with the sole of the foot over towards the right. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then release everything back down. Come onto your hands. Tuck your toes under, down facing dog. Let's walk the hands forward a little bit more. Lift up high on the toes and ripple way forward to plank pose. So you're nice and straight in plank. You're going to bend your knees and bring your chest back to your thighs, stretching out the legs and draw the heels down. Come up high on the toes, ripple way forward to plank. And again, one more time, bend your knees, looking at your toes or your knees as you stretch out and down dog. Yeah, take a deep breath in and a big sigh out. And then bring the knees down. Great. Center up, bring your hands under your shoulders and take your right leg out to the side. We're sweeping the right arm up. Exhale, draw that arm under. Breath in. Breath out. And one more. Come back. Guide the right foot back, the toes tucked under. Take a moment to stretch the heel. Bring your left arm in front. Raising the foot now, nice and steady. Keep your eyes still. Tap the toes down and lift. Tap and lift. And tap and lift. And bringing the hand down, we bend the knee for glute strengtheners. Flex the foot and make sure that the knee is still pointing down to your mat. Yeah, little squeeze, release. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then bring your left elbow down and we lift the knee and the hip, flex your foot and stretches over to the left side, squeezes. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great. Bring the knees down and then sit back on the heels. Bring your arms out in front and circle the wrists as you let the breath calm a little. Change direction. That's great. And then open and close the fists. Good. And then moving the arms up above your head, do the same. Have feet, have the toes. Let's come up off the heels and move your arms out to the side. Great. Bit of a warming up in the wrists and the forearms. Now keep your fingers out and you're going to turn the palms up. And then roll them forward, the shoulders forward. Roll the shoulders back, open, roll them forward. Good, couple more. Open, close, open, and close. And then just let the arms drop. Bring the hands down. Stretch the left leg back, the right leg back. Down facing dog. Walk the hands forward a little bit more. Good. So you're going to bend your knees first here, and we're going to move forward to plank pose. So you're in a kind of a bit of a bear crawl here. You're going to move your shoulders forward so you straighten out the legs. Hug your belly in and lift up to down facing dog. Stretch the heels down. Bend your knees. Move your frame forward to plank. Lift up to down facing dog. One more time. Bend the knees. Travel forward. Lift up. Down dog. Let's walk the hands back to the feet. And hold on to your elbows. You can sway side to side. Really feel the weight of your upper body as you're folding forward. The knees are always bent here in this forward fold, Uttanasana pose. And notice where your attention goes. Do you feel that this is a deep stretch for your legs? Does it feel releasing for your back, for your middle back, or upper back? And you can just let the arms flop and unroll the spine, pressing down into the earth and unrolling. So a bit of space between your feet, like train tracks, feet are facing forward. Bend your knees and swing and sway. And you can really get into this, taking the arms overhead and coming forward. Energizing the body, the mind. And then next time that your arms are forward, remain here for Utkatasana, chair pose, taking your deep seat back. And the arms in front. Now, if you can look forward and take your arms a little higher, you'll really notice that you're working very hard indeed. The legs, your back, your shoulders, Bring the arms down, stretch up, relax the shoulders. And now come onto your toes, so slowly raise the heels, nice and steady in your eyes. And turn the palms away as you lower the arms down by your side. Yeah, bring the hands onto the thighs, forward fold. So the hands now start padding forward on your mat to plank. And you bring your right knee down. So my back is going to be facing you here, but you'll see the pose. Take the right foot behind you and lean the left heel down. The hips will come forward a little bit and then circle your arm. And leave the arm over your ear. And you may want to explore and raise your foot. Pause and breathe. Bringing everything back down to plank pose. Stretch the right leg back. Lower the left knee. Spin the foot behind you. Angle the right heel down. Great. Circle the arm in front. Inviting mobility and freedom in the body. Reach the arm over the ear. And raise the leg. Bring everything back down. You can bring your knees down and fold back momentarily in child's pose. And actually bring the arms towards your feet to really relax the arms and the hands. Breathing in, unfold now, coming back into your seated kneeling position. Good, so raise up off your heels. And you might want to have a block handy here. The brick is fine on your flat block. And step your left foot forward. Hands on the knee first and lunge forward. So already in this position, you should be feeling the stretch on the right hip flexor. And the knee is on top of your ankle. So take a few breaths here. You can raise the right arm down. And then lower the arm down to the right and let it rest on the back thigh. Turning your head also to the right. So let that hand rest on the back of the thigh somewhere. And then lift the left arm. It's like a reverse warrior pose, but in it kneeling. And reach up through the front fingers and looking over to the right. Get a sense of lifting the ribs. Release off this twist and facing forward once more. And you're going to work your hands down onto the inside of your foot. So here, this is where you might want to use your block or brick to raise the ground if your hips are quite tight, if you have back pain, you might want to raise your hands onto your block. So just getting deeper into the hip flexors and the groin. Tuck your back toes under now. And locate your abdominal muscles again, engage them, and lift the knee. We want to stretch the right heel back, and then lower the knee down again. Lift, and lower. And lift, and now remain here and reach your left arm in front first of all to gain that length and that space, the reach, and now open it up to the ceiling. Now bring your hand back down to the floor. We're going to step the left foot back to the right, so we come to plank pose. And then straighten up, so move your left hand over a little bit. Good. Downward facing dog. And you're going to separate the feet, but we're going to bring the hands a bit closer together towards one another. So you still have great space between the hands and the feet. Plant your right hand down. And we're going to reach the left arm underneath. So you're looking under your right arm. See if you can tap your calf. And then replace the hand. And then tap the left. Good. Bring your knees all the way down. Sit back on your heels, but you're upright. Good. Lift up off your heel and step your right foot forward. Make sure it's quite a decent step forward so that you can lunge and you get that stretch straight away. Raising your left arm. And open and turn to your left. The hands resting on your thigh. And raising the right arm. Reaching up and over, lifting the ribs and looking to your left. Slowly turning to the front, centering up again. And working your hands down to your mat, either on your mat or on your block. Good. So with those back toes tucked under, lift your knee. And then bring it back down. And lift. And back down. And lift and hold here. Being mindful of your weight distribution. So not so over the front, but really using the back leg as well. Reach the right arm in front. And lift it up. Make sure that you've got all your toes of your right foot connecting to your mat. Big toe, especially, so you're not rolling out to the side. Keeping everything connected. Steady, stable. Beautiful. And then bring the hand back down. And step it back to plank. So another downward facing dog here, lift the hips. If at any time, of course, you need to take breaks, if your wrists are feeling it, take a break in child's pose and maybe do some more wrist rotations, or just take a moment to be still. So let's do another one of those twisted down dogs, a bit of space between the feet. If you want to work harder, if you want more of a challenge, then your feet will be closer together. Okay, so bring your hands closer in. Maybe you can bring the right hand right into the center and take your left arm through. And then exchange. Place the hands back. Bring the knees down. Sit back. Take the arms behind you and hold on to your forearms and let the hands slide through to the elbows. Let the arms rest on your back and sit tall, inviting openness in the chest. Encouraging the shoulders away from the ears in length, stature, poise. And then releasing the arms. Bring them out in front. Open and close. Open and close. Open and close. Give the fingers a good stretch. And then make fists. Good. And then come up off your heels and give the hands a shake. And then let them swing. Because I am going to ask of your arms just a little more for our final sequence. So come down to your hands. Move your block out of the way. We come to downward facing dog. And this time bring the feet close together. We're going to raise the left leg behind. Dog tail. And as you exhale, you're going to step the foot to the outside of your left hand. This is lizard pose. Big step. And then reach the left arm forward and lift up. So similar position to where we were before. Lizard pose. Bring the hand back down and step your foot back straight into down dog tail. Yeah, there as well. So bend the knee a little bit, raise the hip and send your foot over to the right side. And then bring the foot down. Good, let's do this on the right side as well. Take the right leg back, dog tail, pointing the toes. Stepping forward. Raising the right arm. Bring the hand down, step it back to dog tail. Open up to scorpion. Squeezing into the glute, over to the left side, but remaining still, we're not pulsing. A constant contraction. And then bring your foot down. Very nice. So let's lower the knees down. Move onto your seat. So bring your brick with you. So we're practicing at home. If any of you have a bolster, then you can bring your bolster and we can use that. Always nice to take advantage of our props that we've got at home. So lay down on your back first of all. Let the arms rest. Keep the knees bent so that your back can rest into the ground. Align your head and neck with your spine. Rest the shoulders. And then taking your brick or your bolster, you're going to lift your hips and sit down onto your prop. Bolster. So noticing the obvious change in sensation here. As soon as you raise your hips, you may get a sensation of stretching in the lower back, of space on the front of your pelvis. But for me, more obviously, it's the weight on my upper back, which I really like. Shoulders can really anchor, and it's very calming. It's calming for my breath, calming for my heart, and to feel that there's more grounding. Yeah, so that feels nice to me. Notice how you feel here. And pick up the right foot and bend the knee. You're going to either place the hands underneath the knee or over beneath the shin, and then slide the left leg out. So again, this will shift the awareness of sensation. Perhaps more awareness in the pelvis, in the hips. So if you do find that during the week at work you're quite sedentary, you might find that you have backache, stiffness in the back or in the hips, and poses like this really helps to stretch out the hip flexors, and quite often tightness in the hip flexors can be responsible for lower back pain. So we've had a good focus on that today for sure. Place the right foot down first and then bend the left knee, so you come back to neutral position. Bring the left knee and slide the right leg out. Relax the left lower leg, so don't try to hold it up, just let it flop back towards the thigh. And then releasing that left foot, bring it back down and draw the right foot in. Move your prop. So if you're using a bolster, just move it down towards your knees, and you can rest with the bolster underneath your knees. I wouldn't suggest putting the block underneath your knees, it's a little bit too hard, but maybe if you've got a couple of cushions on your sofa or a pillow, and you haven't got to travel too far to get them, then just pop them underneath your knees. Otherwise, lay in savasana, legs outstretched, arms away from the body. Make sure that your hands, your body is not touching anything else around you, so you can have this lovely sense of space and freedom. Nestle your shoulder blades in, free up your neck, your head. Come into stillness. Let your exhalation take you deeper into rest, into being rather than doing. And go. Switching off. So movements back in. Of course, if you have extra time, just remain where you are. Enjoy this stillness. You are wishing to bring the practice to a close. Just bring some more movements into your body, arms and legs. Lay onto one side. And then come up into a seated position. And sit with your arms resting on your lap. And to end our practice today is a beautiful Sanskrit chant. It's actually written on a t-shirt that I have, and it's a very beautiful chant to listen to as well, with a very sweet meaning. The words are Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. And they mean, may all beings be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to the happiness and freedom for all. Let's bring the hands together. Yeah. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Namaste, everyone.